Geoff, it's been a while since I've been on the bike,
Really?
so thanks for taking us out. You're going to lead the way?
Why not? Come on.
Former Crystal Palace and England midfielder Geoff Thomas was diagnosed with leukemia in 2003. It could have taken his life within months, but he fought the blood cancer and in 2005 got on a bike and rode the Tour de France route to raise funds for Cure Leukemia.
I was looking for a challenge after recovering from the illness. 2005, when I'd gone into remission from my form of blood cancer, I was just looking for a way to say thank you to the doctors and nurses. And then the Tour de France got mentioned, and then it was just 6 months of education, really, because I went into remission January 2005. I found myself doing the Tour de France the day before the professionals every single day, and very slow, but eventually got there. And that was the first time I got on a bike since that age of 11. It raised a lot of awareness, a lot of money, and it became, pardon the pun, the vehicle to continue to raise significant funds for the charity. It's 20 years, like I say, 2005, 20 years. We've done an awful lot in the world of blood cancer with the charity Cure Leukemia. And it just felt fitting that if I was going to do it again, this was the year. I've reached a grand old age of 60, you know, and I do take every day as precious because my life was obviously under threat and I saw so many people lose their battle during my fight, and I just feel privileged to be able to do things like this.
Today, Crystal Palace are in the FA Cup semi-final. Back in 1990, Geoff captained Palace to the most famous semi-final victory of all, a 4-3 win over Liverpool, who were going for the league and cup double, and had beaten Palace 9-0 earlier that season.
35 years since that cup semi-final.
35 years.
How vividly do you remember it?
Like it was yesterday. We had a plan, and I remember Steve Coppell saying, listen, if we're 1-0 down, even 2-0 down, we're fitter. And we were doing ridiculously amounts of training. We were doing a place called Farthing Downs down in South London, and it was a steep climb that we had to do, where we had to run up about 10 times, and we were just all throwing up in the bushes. So rather than taking it easy, thinking this is coming to the end of the season, we need to sort of look after ourselves, total reverse.
People usually remember a cup final more than a semi-final,
Yeah.
but if you say Crystal Palace 4, Liverpool 3, everyone remembers 1990 in the semi-final. It
Yeah.
stood the test of time, hasn't it?
Yeah, and I think it was that moment, because we've had the two semi-finals. I think the semi-final after was just as good. It was Man United against Oldham, and that was 3-3. So that day, I think, was a special day for football fans.
Do you actually enjoy the cycling?
I actually, it's a real love-hate relationship I got with cycling. I love what it does. I love getting out with people and watching people go through all sorts of trauma to achieve something that is very special. Just doing the challenge, but also raising money at the same time. So I go back to 2021, just after COVID and everything. We were the first probably citizens allowed into France as a team, and we did the tour then in 21, and we were hitting Paris, and everybody was elated with that, but we just went past the £1 million mark that we raised.
Yeah.
And it was just, everybody was euphoric.
The breakthroughs made in fighting leukemia since Geoff first got on the bike 20 years ago are one of the reasons why he's taking the Tour de France challenge on one more time.
And the only chance of beating it was to try and find a match to have a stem cell transplant. And that same day I met Professor Charlie Craddock, and he's the guy that saved my life. I was lucky enough to find a match, but he had the skill in his team to go through that process. It's a tough process, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, but it was a chance. And as I was going through my battle, it took 2 years to get over that battle. I was watching so many people in the clinic not have that opportunity to get that transplant. And as I was going through it and recovering from my transplant, I was asking questions of Charlie. And Charlie had a vision back then. We've reached about 2004 now, when he set up the charity Cure Leukemia. And the clear aim was to accelerate all the knowledge, because he had a science background. He knew in the labs there was a wealth of knowledge that potentially could be answers to save people. And it was just a lack of infrastructure that wasn't allowing all this wealth of knowledge to get out there. And his vision was to put satellite research nurses all around the UK and to share information and to accelerate answers. And it sounds simple, but it was a missing link, and it's just accelerated so much good news. And now my particular illness, through a trial, has found out it's just a tablet a day now, so it's not the life-threatening illness it was.
At the age of 60, you're back on the bike, giving it one more go.
Yeah, I mean, there are numerous reasons why I was desperate to do it this year. 60 is a number where my old man passed away of cancer at the age of 60, so I had that at the back of my mind. But also I wanted to celebrate 20 years of what the work the charity's done and what Charlie Craddock has done, and the professors up and down the country. You know, all the names, I could reel them off, but they just do their work, they quietly get on with it, and what they do is miraculous, really. It's just, they're so motivated to find answers, and if I can play a part in that, and using the bike and this event as a way of supporting them, that's great.
So people watching this now, how can they get involved and support it?
Well, probably the easiest way is to go to tour21.co.uk. That's got all the information about the event itself, but then links to Cure Leukemia itself and the work that undertakes. There was certainly dark days, but as soon as you get told you're in remission, you just feel like you've got a second chance.
Yeah.
And this is my second chance, and I love every day of it.